Hello, and what is going on, everybody? It is I, the Writing Raven, and welcome to the first episode of Raven Raves, the segment in which I just talk about things I like. But there's a catch. I only get 5 minutes, because otherwise I would be here forever and nobody has time for that. For this first episode, I will be discussing Dracula, the original novel by Bram Stoker, and I will be holding, and because I need to get into the feel of it, I will be holding up onto my copy, which is complete and unabridged, printed in 1965. It is good. Anyway, let's begin the timer.
3, 2, 1, go.
Probably one of the best horror novels I have ever read. Absolutely, Bram Stoker is a master of his craft. Definitely brings in the horror by just immediately showing the monster in the castle with Jonathan Harker's absolute terror the entire time. The characters are amazing. The language, because it's old and from the Romantic era, is hard to get behind, and the whole thing is written as a collection of diary entries, journal entries. One of them even says that it's a recording of a diary recorded on a phonograph. There are even clippings from newspapers and telegrams. Basically, it's just a whole collection of things that you're not actually seeing the real point of view. Everyone has their own views from the different segments of their journals. Yeah, the movies are very different. I know with the one with Gary Oldman, there were some creative liberties, especially with the part of him being in love with Mina Harker, who is the wife of Jonathan Harker. The whole thing about Dracula coming just specifically for her, I can see where people would get that, but it's never specifically mentioned. I think he just decides he wants her and then takes her. If you haven't read the book, what are you doing with your life? I thought the whole thing was amazing. I really thought it was well thought out. The only thing that bothers me is the ending of the original. It ends with Dracula going out like a little bitch. And I know really do not understand that, because all the points before, they're talking about how powerful he is, how intelligent he is, and then all of a sudden they're saying that he's acting like a child? What? I think it was just because it was the only way he could allow the final parts of the story to be published in that time period, was if the good guys won, because, well, Victorian era, you know? But otherwise, yeah. The Count is amazing. I absolutely love his portrayal. I love his lines. And my cover is absolutely beautiful. It's a bat with a skull on it. The whole thing, that Mina Harker was the target all along. I don't know. I don't really think, they're never mentioned at all that she's just the reincarnation of his dead lover. So I imagine that's a creative liberty taken in one of the movies. And the whole thing of vampires being allergic to garlic is actually introduced in this novel. But it's the flower, not the vegetable. Stoker made it very clear that it was the wreath of garlic flowers. So spread the word about that, everyone. Whoever decided that it was the vegetable that made up the wreaths was an absolute idiot. Ugh. But hey, at least it's not Twilight. The fact that it's still still so loved today shows how much it stands the test of time. Whoever tries to mess with the Count of Transylvania will not survive my wrath. But it's a great book. Anyone who hasn't read it should read it. Like I said, I read the complete and unabridged version, not the watered down Barnes & Noble copy, and it is definitely worth the read. Trust me, it's been quite the inspiration in my works. And that's all my time. But anyway, that is all the time I have for today. I could go on, but like I said, I would be here forever. Be sure to stay tuned for the next episode of Psychosynopsis coming out this Sunday. You can find links to all of our socials, our Discord, and our merch in the description below. And then also, if you want to check out my story inspired by Dracula, you can go find it on Wattpad. It is called To Mend a Heart.
I am Dracula.
Now available only on Wattpad.
And yes, I know there was a lot of bad stuff on Wattpad, but I assure you, my work is not among those. That's all I've got for you today, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Gothic Therapy out.